Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the channel. Today we are going to start making some leeway with the Levin. I still got to pull apart the couple of bits of the engine so we can get started on the valve stem seals. Anyway, a couple of things have happened since the last video, which was pretty sure the introduction of this, just introducing it, doing a parts rundown, mods, whatever. I've had some eBay stuff come in. At the moment we've gotten Visbella DIY headlight restoration kit. I also got a hydro handbrake with a reservoir and a master built into it for the Corona drift car. We'll be doing a couple of episodes on that in the coming weeks once this black car's out the way. Today I'm kind of planning on getting majority of like the covers and stuff kind of removed. I might leave rocker cover and engine mount for another day, just temporarily at the moment, because if I do run out of time I don't exactly want to leave a rocker cover off. So anyone who's watched the previous video would have already seen the engine bay shot. Alright, because I'm going to do it again. I have a silver top 4H. So what we want to do is, at the moment I just want to take top cover off, front cover, probably pull the plugs, pull the leads, pull the hose. All the belts have to come off the front here, which is a little bit frustrating because there's like basically no room. Washer fluid bottle I'd probably take out for ease of access, and the timing belt's got to come off, like the timing tensioner, timing belt, all got to come off, because I have to take the cams out to be able to access the valve stem seals. So it's going to be a long task. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up my tripod, get some tools out, and we'll get back on it. I have my trusty multi-kit for Allen keys, which is good. When it comes to trying to be quick at getting bolts out, manually spin the whole thing without, but don't you pan out. Allen keys off in my toolbox. They can stay out. Right, so it's the last one. Off. Awesome. Put this off to the side so it doesn't get broken. I might have to remove this to be able to access that. So what I'll do is I'll get out my trusty 10mm Repco ratchet spanner. Alrighty, so now take the washer fluid bottle out. Now it's got a bolt back here, it's pretty brittle, so it's going to lift it a little bit, slide it forward, gets it out of there, and trim a little bit at the bottom, it slides out of, and then you disconnect all the appropriate hoses and looms. Alright, it's out. Washer fluid bottle's out. Now, crack these. They're tight, they're really tight.  1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120 does not surprise me. That's one. That's cool. Get Velcro's off. I've got to get these around possibly another 180, 360, because they look like they're slightly out. Now the markings for the top dead center on the cams are here and here. They got little divots. I will bring the camera down so you can see it. Yeah, so I've got timing markings here and they've got a timing marking here. These on the cams have to match up with the little cutouts here and here on the rocker cover. So we're going to have to turn the crank over to get that to where it needs to be. And once that's where it needs to be, we can work on popping these belts off, which look like they're going to be a bit of a nightmare to access, but nevertheless has to be done. The alternator looks like it's, you guys probably can't see down there, but the alternator looks like, yeah it is, it's used as a tensioner on one of the belts, which that makes it easier. And it looks like there's another tensioner all the way down the bottom near the crank, so that makes my life a little bit easier. It does have a plastic splash guard underneath, so I'm going to have to remove that. Probably take the wheel off and put a jack stand under the chassis, just so I can access everything easily and not have to stuff about. Before I get started, if you're worried about making a mess underneath the car, on your driveway or anything, if you have a bike shop or anything nearby, just ask them if you can have some of their old bike boxes, and they'd be more than happy to get rid of them, because they just throw them in the recycling bin that they have at their shop anyway. So I picked up a few, and the best part about them is once they get too dirty and too much crap on them, you can just rip them up, chuck them in the recycling bin, and then they restart their life later on. Which is awesome, so handy tip. One thing I should have thought about before I started doing this was the state of the floor. So, cardboard. Gee, mate. Got some redback spiders under here, and they're not happy that I'm here at all. Alright, so these are 10 mils. Cool. So I did say I was going to bring this under here so I didn't have to get out, but I'm probably going to use my ratchet instead. Alright. Ratchet. Now that it's off the ground, I'll see if I can get a light under here, and I'll show you this weirdo suspension system that Toyota used for their all of 3 models and then discontinued it. Okay, so that's out. So as you can see, there's 100 spiders under here, which is good. So there's the coilover. I welded that knuckle That's the word I was looking for earlier. Knuckle, the word of the day. I welded the knuckle onto the bottom of the coilover, removed the McPherson style tabs. Now the front part there is on a ball joint. That's the first ball joint. Now it comes down here to a second ball joint, which is there. And there's the third one, which is there. And then there's a fourth one for the lower control arm. It's bushing one side, ball joint the other. And the fifth one goes on something called a banana arm. I'll probably show in another video when I'm actually underneath it and I've got a little bit more help, some free hands. They can actually demonstrate what it does. But for now, we can access all the auxiliary belts, including the alternator. Awesome. But yeah, it looks like it's got a little leak from the power steering pump here. I'll investigate that leak. Also, there's my full Fujitsu Jasma exhaust. It's got Jasma written here on a plate. Another spider. Anyway, let's get back to what we're doing and pull these auxiliary belts off. Sometimes people are like, oh my god, don't use ratchet spanners to crack bolts. It's really bad, you'll break it. Yeah, well, guess what? Guess like this might be a socket job, but that came off pretty easy. That one's ready to go. That has a bolt up there. Oh man, that's gonna be a pain in the ass to get to. It's a slight temporary roadblock. It won't take me long to get around, but it's just frustrating. So, the bolt snapped in half. So, where is she? There it is. That's what's left of the bolt. So, luckily I have a whole mess of bolts in a big kitty litter container in the shed. That's going to be a little bit of a roadblock. Also, this car is full of spiders. Look at this. There you go. That's a redback spider. Alright, just a quick update. I've left it for about half an hour, just so I could let the spiders settle. There's plenty of spiders that fell out of it. Anyway, back to what I was saying before. I have set the cams at top dead center, and so because that's done now and the auxiliary belts are off, I am going to see what I can do about this water pump pulley, if it actually gets in the way or not. The pulley covers the timing belt cover a little bit, not heaps, maybe about 10mm max, but that's still enough for it to get caught. So I'm gonna have to find a way to lock that in place while I crack those 10mm bolts, and then we can pull the harmonic balancer, set at 0. These are set at the markings, so it's all ready to go. All 4 of them are cracked now, which is great. Just need to get under there, which I'm dreading because I have cleaned out most of the spiders from where they were, but still would not like a redback sitting on my face. Okay, so now these are cracked off, just make sure. Alright, so pulley's off but not out. I'm not too sure what angle I have to flex that on to get that out, but it's out of the way of the timing cover, the mid timing cover, so that doesn't matter too much, as long as I can access that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run into the shed and I'm going to get the impact for the crank and the harmonic balancer and mover toolkit, and we'll be back. Alright, let's do it. Pretty easy actually. So it looks like this. I'm going to use it that way. Screw this through first. How are we looking? Too far, I've got to wind it back out. Okay, so I've got the right size bolts now. I have tightened it up a little. I'm just going to hold this by hand. One way. So tighten this up. That should start pulling it free. Okay. Once again, bringing in my persuasion bar. Just to lock that in place. While I turn this. Oops, wrong way. You know, I'm just going to get my socket. I'm just going to smash it off. Just want the fucker off. Reverse. Stand by. Oh, that was the wrong way. There we go. There she is. Okay. Let's get this crap out of the way. Okay guys, so I've jumped a little bit ahead of time. I'm still laying under the car, but I've gotten the harmonic balancer off. I've gotten the covers off for the timing belt. I have learnt that my timing tensioner is just tensioned by a spring and not hydraulic, which is awesome. So yeah, that's great news. So I just have to loosen this bolt off here and then pop the spring off. Before I do that, I will put it back to top dead center because I believe it has turned when I was taking the harmonic balancer off. But other than that, everything's gone pretty smooth. So I'll take the timing belt off, all that once I set top dead center once again, and then I think we'll call it for today because I'm tired and I'm sick of spiders because I was under here before and a random one fell towards my face, and if I didn't move quick enough it would have probably landed in my eye. So, oh, well, there's another one, look at that. Oh, there's two, holy shit. I'm gonna have to get rid of those. So I'm gonna kill those bastards and then I will do the top dead center. Cool. Alright guys, so I don't have much battery left, but this is the last stint of it. Just got to get this spring off. There we go, it's off. So that is loose. That's at top dead center again, and the timing belt is loose. It's off. There we go. Now everything is accessible, so I'm going to mark them up. I'm not going to pull the rocker cover off now. I'm going to leave that for another day because it is getting on in the day. Yeah, so next time we will pull the leads. They're already numbered, so we know what cylinder they're from, which is handy. So we'll pull those, we'll pull the rocker cover, just probably pop this loom out the way, and we'll start pulling the cams and all associated bits and pieces, and then we'll get to the valve stem seal replacement, and that would complete the video. So cool. But yeah, anyway guys, that's all for today. Stay tuned for part 2. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, press the little bell if you want to continue keeping up with my vids on a regular basis. Yeah, keep it real, have a good night, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.